Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sell More Book Show, episode 612. I'm Brian Cohen from Best Page Forward, rejoined by the wonderful Ines Johnson of Ines Johnson is Having a Breakdown, Substack, and her wonderful fiction, various pen names. How are you today, Ines?
I'm great, Brian. I'm having a great day, and I'm excited to be here with you again.
Yay, me too. We're in the joy of recording things in the past for the future. This is going out after Christmas,
Yay!
but before New Year's.
Yay!
And so very, very exciting times. If the timing works out as I think it will, I will be shortly going to see the Stranger Things finale in theaters, because they have it in theaters near us, the season 5 finale. Which I'm very excited about. I think there will be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that one, based on how season 5 has gone so far. There was a particularly gruesome, like, ooh, that went through the face moment, and I was like, they're really going there with season 5. They're really going there with season 5. Inez, last week, we talked a lot about kind of year-end review stuff. We talked a lot about like kind of looking at those goalposts and making sure you see those mile markers. You cheer yourself on as you have gotten past those. If you are like, I know some people like this. If you are like a super achiever, I'm not myself, I'm talking about like other people are just like so focused on achievement and so focused on certain, how do you help cure them?
How do you help cure people of overachieving?
Of never looking at their milestones to that point, never celebrating those things, never looking back, only looking forward, because forward is the only direction.
I think that there is benefit to both. I think there is benefit to looking back. I think there's benefit to looking forward. I can tell you this much, where the thing that I have trouble helping people with is when they future cast. My son's therapist used to tell me that he future casts a lot. And my daughter, who is undiagnosed with any type of ailment, she does this too. And she will look so far into the future and try to plan for eventualities. And I'm like, you haven't even taken the first step yet. That's where I think it becomes a problem, where you start to try to control what hasn't even happened yet. So that's why I think it's important to look back, because the past shows you the patterns, and you can make decisions off of the patterns, and you can try to at least plan for what could potentially happen based on that. But for what might happen, that's crazy making.
I run into trouble with that too. My wife is big into she's high futurist, and so she's always looking ahead to what might be a problem.
Yeah,
and I'm a problem solver, so I'm like, well, if that happens, then we could do this. And it's like, well, what if that's a problem? I'm like, I've used all my problem solving energy here.
We'll get there, and then we will solve it. We will not let ourselves fail.
Exactly. Yeah. We can be strong for this too. If you do hear coughs during this, by the way, my wonderful child is in here on the 3rd day of her sick week. She was almost good enough to go, and I would have chaperoned the class trip with her, field trip with her. But if she's gonna be going and walking around, it's gonna get worse, and it's worse over the weekend, and it's worse at Christmas.
Yeah,
we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take the hit here with this one. For you, school, we will avoid the spread to your families. Exactly. Awesome. So let's just jump into things. Let's just have fun. Go into the top story of the week. Are you ready, Ines?
I'm ready.
Awesome. Bestseller Checked. Rachel Reid's Game Changer novels have gone viral and sold out at various retailers after the massive success of their heated rivalry streaming adaptation, according to Yahoo. Social media clips of the gay sports romance series have been all over TikTok and Instagram since the series released on November 28th. According to entertainment journalist BJ Colangelo, quote, hockey romance books have this massive baked-in fan base. Audiences, especially in America, are really starved for a show like this. It's not only refreshing to see a show that's unafraid to say sex and sexuality are a major part of the human experience and does influence how we exist in the world. It's being presented in a way that never feels preachy or educational, end quote. Other hockey romance books gracing the Amazon Top 100 in romance this week included Rebecca Jenshek's Keeping Score, Elle Kennedy's The Deal, and Evie Olson's Savage Titan. So, Ines, it's very exciting for, and in a time where maybe some things have not been as cool to talk about based on certain people's perspectives, for a gay romance show to be extremely popular. And so, starting kind of with that, what are your thoughts on this? Like, the books are all throughout the top 50 on Amazon.
Yeah.
The show has clips with millions and millions of views on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, this is a pretty cool thing, right?
Yeah, it is a pretty cool thing. When this book originally came out, it was a big deal. And
Right.
it's been like talked about constantly in romance circles as a a pinnacle of hockey romance, of romance, of forbidden romance, of opposites attract romance. It's held up as like one of the best things for because of the skill that went into that book, and because of how those characters grew and how they grabbed at the reader. So absolutely, it made absolute sense for this to be made into a television series. And it makes absolute sense that viewers now.
Right, now viewers.
Grabbed onto it. And it spoke to something inside of us that loves the genre of romance.
Yeah, it's funny. I was big into hockey as a kid. I would watch my Philadelphia Flyers on TV. I don't watch it as much anymore because the Flyers have been pretty bad for a while, but I watched it a lot. If I had experienced, like, let's say a YA hockey romance at the time, I would have been like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. And it's so great just like seeing that maybe this genre is kind of the gateway for like people who don't usually read LGBTQ type books to be like, oh, this has been normalized for me in some way. And I think that would be really cool if it was the case, because there is love everywhere, and it's all a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are absolutely a love for romance, but I think the love for romance is mostly female readers.
Sure.
And I think it's because I remember reading Harlequin romances when I was young, and you only got the female perspective. Like, I can remember reading my first time reading like a dual perspective where you got the heroine and the heroes. And I remember constantly thinking, like, I wonder what he's thinking. I wonder what he's thinking. And now not only do we get what he's thinking, but you get two of hims. And I think it's because I think, speaking as a woman and a woman reader, we love, and again, hockey romance is usually about these warriors. They're the best at their sport. They're the strongest. They're the most talented. And watch them have an emotional growth arc. That's the catnip. And now you got two heroes. That is the catnip. That's what people are clamoring over.
I love that, which pretty much answers the hot potato of wisdom question. But we'll go a little deeper in, as you had said, you felt like the tropes, the forbidden romance, the opposites attract. Like, what do you think that Rachel Reid did so well with those tropes that has made her books kind of this pinnacle, not just of romance, but of those specific tropes?
So when you're thinking about you're speaking my love language, Brian. So when you're
I'm here to help.
With forbidden romance, like, a lot of times we are looking for a forbidden, something that's not supposed to happen, but it's inevitable, right? That's what gets us. There's also kind of hidden identity here where both of these men are pretending to be straight. And the hidden identity is when that your true love, when they see through it all and they see through you. She also got in there. Again, I was talking about character growth. Like, this is emotional character growth. A lot of times you hear romance authors and romance readers talking about how the heroes are like, ew, emotion. Oh, I can't deal with it. But there's so much emotion in this book and in the movie. And then there's that one point where one of the characters is Russian, and he's so emotional, and he's trying to talk to to his love interest, and he has to say it all in Russian. Right? He has to say it all in Russian because he can't
Mm,
express his feelings in English. And it's also that the other thing that I think that we love that Rachel Reid did is it's this, in romance you have at some point when the lovers come together, whether it's a male female, female female, male male, or it's a harem, there is this us versus the world that comes, and the reader, the viewer, feels part of that us. They feel part of that relationship versus the world. And I think she nailed all of that, and it translated easily into television. That's why people, was a word of mouth book, and that's why people talk about it. And that's why when I remember when I first saw the trailer and I saw it was going to be in Canada, I was very seriously posting like, whose house am I coming to in Canada to watch this? Because it wasn't going to be available in the United States. So I was serious. I was like, I will risk going across the border and not being invited back into my country because I want to see this. And the outward was so loud that HBO heard it and like, okay,
yeah.
let's tap into that. But I don't think that we would have done this. I don't, in our current climate, I don't think we would have done this yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the deal was made early enough,
Yes.
and it's loud. And
Yes.
that's great. All right. I think you've got a question for me.
I do, Brian. What do you think is the next sport that will take off in sports romance?
Well, it's kind of interesting. I know there's a lot of successful hockey out there. I know there's been football, but it didn't quite reach as high as hockey. I mean, I feel like with hockey, you had a lot of appeal for various reasons. It's like hockey's a graceful sport. It's not just people beating each other up. And so thinking about, well, what else is something graceful? Like maybe there's something with soccer,
Oh, I
or maybe
wish.
there's maybe there's something with competitive swimming or water polo or something, like they're wet and all of that. It's just like, where's the swimming? But like, I think that like it's gonna be hard to replicate all of the things that make, I think, the hockey romance specifically interesting. Like the parts of the sport that I think like get a lot of people interested. There's like an international kind of thing going on with hockey that doesn't always happen in a lot of these American sports. And so like you're not going to probably see that many paddleball or pickleball romances. You're not going to see that many like tennis. You're just like, there is something about it that I think just appeals to a lot of people. And like, if lacrosse was more popular or something, but it's just not as popular in the world. So I don't know if anything will match it. I think that because of the gracefulness, maybe soccer has a chance. Maybe with the World Cup coming up. But I do think that it is going to be hard to replicate
Yeah.
what hockey romances have done.
Yeah. I think it's also because of, I think there's a pageantry to it. I am not a hockey fan. I am a football. See, I can't even say soccer.
Right.
I am a football, meaning soccer
Football. Oh
fan.
yes.
And that's a game I understand. That's a game I could actually write about and be competent in my writing about it. But yeah, I think that there's a pageantry in hockey. I remember hearing historical romance authors talking about, the taking off of the corset and how that was really hot. And look at all the
Uh,
layers that the hockey players have to
uh-huh.
put on. It's kind of like a reverse historical.
That's amazing. So true. The male corset. Awesome. We've got a lightning round coming up. I still feel bad. My daughter's coughing a lot in here, but we'll if you can't hear it, then only I can hear it. So I guess it works out. All right. Yay, computer microphone. I'm not even using a fancy microphone. Good job, Mike. Good job, computer. We need another lightning sound for the next lightning round. Are you ready, Ines?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Ooh, that was good. It felt like a cauldron bubbling over.
A cauldron!
I liked it. Awesome. So, Ines, why do you use daily affirmations to approach your creative and business goals?
Because there's a lot of negativity in the world, but also it shocks me too, the negativity in Romancelandia. I'm always shocked when there's a scandal. I'm like, what? Here? Because I spend so much time around so many positive people that I forget that there are negative Nancys here. But affirmations are, I feel, are like medicine. I don't think it's the cure. I think it's the medicine, because I have to take it every day. I say affirmations daily. I like to write them in a bullet journal and decorate them and make them pretty, just because that's how I calm my brain. But I also I go through and I curate my affirmations, because sometimes I don't need them anymore. Sometimes they become a part of me, or sometimes I have moved on, or I have moved away from that thing and I don't need it anymore. So they become like reminders, because I can squirrel. I can look at something like, oh, I bet I could do this, or I will go in deep on one thing and I will forget that I'm also supposed to be doing this other thing. So my affirmations help me to deal with the negativity around, and it also helps me to focus and to keep things in line with what I'm supposed to be doing, with what I said were my goals.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, I've toyed with the affirmations, never locked it in where it's been every day consistently for more than a month or two. This makes me want to do that every day. So you might help me take the medicine too. Yay! You might have written me the prescription, Ines. I appreciate that. All right. Since I have had some affirmation times, you can ask me this next question.
So, Brian, what are some of your favorite affirmations to help you achieve big things and to help people?
Yes, no, absolutely. I think that a lot of it comes down to the worthiness. Like, I have this one that I've now have programmed into my phone. I'm allowed to feel, or I choose to feel safe. I choose to feel worthy. I choose to feel abundant. I choose to feel overflow have been some of my go-tos of late, because I do think that we all want to be at that stage of abundance and overflow and more than enough and lots of good things. But it's tough if we don't feel the base things first. So feeling the safety, feeling the self-worth, that's been one of my go-tos. I definitely think that one of my favorite Amanda Francisisms is, my work is of high service and worthy of massive compensation. I really like that one. That one's been a good one.
I like that you add on the ones you were talking about before. You added on I choose.
Yeah.
I like that. I had someone, I had a coach make me reframe my affirmations and turn them into questions. So instead of I am a multi six-figure author, I say, why am I a multi six-figure author? And that might work for you, because both of us are problem solvers. And so the moment that I frame it as a question, my brain starts to work on it. Well, I am because of this and this and this and this and this. And that really drives me into action.
Right. I like that. I like the why in there. That's smart. That's smart. You've had some good coaches. Had some good coaches. All right. So, Ines, what are other things successful authors do every day that has nothing to do with the writing?
Yeah, you're not gonna like, well, some people are not gonna like this.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I think you gotta move. Exercise is important. And once it gets cold outside, I like to take a long walk every day. It moves me away from the computer. You can't reach me. This is also why I like to take long drives. You can't reach me. I can't talk
Yep.
to you.
Yep.
Um, so movement, every day. I think socializing, and I'm an introvert. So I don't necessarily socialize every day. I have like writing groups, and I've recently begun to get on like Substack and TikTok and Instagram lives to write with other authors and to plot with other authors, because I like to talk these things out. And sometimes just talking them out in my office, no one answers me. So it's sometimes
Weird.
helpful.
It's so weird.
No, crazy, right? Um, for me, filling the creative well is reading, um, and consuming media. We talked before last week about how I will watch television. I love to listen to people talk about books. I love like the commentary where will read and then talk about how they felt about books. I love stuff like that. But I think you need to feed the muse. So movement, socializing, and then feeding the muse, however that is to you. But I think since we are writers, I think we need to consume words, consume reading, consume television, consume media, consume story.
Mm, great points. Yeah, I mean, I love the movement thing too. We have
Mhm.
to.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work without it.
No,
It's just
you're
not going to
not going to
work
work
without
without
it.
it.
And yes, I'm
Yeah.
not going to work without it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. I never record dark. It's like starting to darken on
Yeah.
my face here. You've got a question for me.
I do. So, Brian, you've been hanging out with some high level people in your mastermind. What do some of these super earners do regularly that normal authors don't?
They go so deep on mindset.
Mm.
So deep on mindset. They are constantly coming back to just a high level of feeling like things are going to work out, feeling like things are going to get incredible. They're all journalers like you, Ines, so you're in good company. They're willing to do weird stuff with like what supplements they take. They
Oh,
go to like functional medicine doctors who put them
oh,
on certain like uh uh protocols for
yeah.
improving certain things in their lives.
Yeah.
They'll do things like going to compounding pharmacies and doing those kind of crazy things.
Oh, wow.
I know there's some people in the author community who do that too, but like they'll really look at every area of their life that is helping to contribute to their energy or helping to contribute to their creativity, and they will
Mhm.
think, how can I go further? How
That's so
can I go
interesting.
deeper?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like we were talking about last week with continually growing your skills. They do the same, but not just on the specific money
Yeah.
making things. It's well, how do I get better at my mindset each hour, each day? How do I
Mm.
get better at my body each hour, each day? How do I get better with my like energy each hour, each day? And they scale that at the levels that they scale their income as well.
That's brilliant.
It's super cool to watch too.
Yeah.
And as the only guy in that mastermind, it's pretty fun what they talk about too.
I love
So
that it's all women. And then
I know.
Brian,
It's
yay.
all women and Brian. I'm the high vibe husband. I'm
I love it.
I'm there. I'm in it to win it. So someone, one of them the other day was just like talking about, like when they have to like protect their kid, they could slay a grown man, and I'm like, or three small men was my contribution because I'm little. So I thought that was that's how I contribute to that group of Eds with witty quips, witty quips. So last thing here,
Mhm.
last question of the lightning round. What are you most looking forward to for the author community going into 2026?
I am really focused. Well, two things. I'm really focused on live sales. I'm very excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it's something that I told myself that I was going to do. Um, my word of the year 2 years ago was community. I wanted to
Yeah.
reach out and build my bonds. My word this year for 2025 was sisterhood because I wanted to work specifically with women.
Nice.
Yes.
Me too, apparently.
My word for 2026 is spotlight, because I want the spotlight on me. And so I think that starting this year, because before 2025, I did not like going to signings. I felt so awkward. And then I was strong armed into a signing because it dovetailed on with a writing retreat. And I
Right.
love writing retreats. And so they dangled a carrot in front of me. They're like, but first, before we go to the writing retreat, you have to do the signing with us. And I was like, fine, whatever. And they put me next to this little author named Willow Winters.
Oh
And
my
I
gosh,
watched
the queen of selling at these events.
I watched this woman work the audience, and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And I mimicked her, and I sold out of books. Not only it wasn't even so much about selling out of the books. It's and people have been telling me this year, telling me this all the time. These are readers. These are your people. Just talk to them and tell them the story of your books. And I did that. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it? Okay. And then after that, I was at a signing just about every month. I was booking signings at local Barnes and Nobles up and down the East Coast. I was going to reader events. I went to Rare London. I went to Rare Melbourne and did really well at all of those things, where before I'd never done anything. And then I got the last couple of months, I got on TikTok Live and Instagram Live, and I started selling on there. I because I'm a trained screenwriter, I learned in my textbooks. I learned there's something called QVC selling, because when I started to do live events, do live sales on TikTok, I was like, how do you do this? Like, what are we supposed to do? And I was like, how do I run this like QVC? And so I went back to my textbooks, and there's like a QVC script. So if you did go to my Substack, Ines Johnson is having a breakdown, and look for, maybe I called it live selling, but it's called a run of show. It's a free resource. It shows you it's a script specifically for authors on how to organize doing live selling on something like TikTok Live or Instagram Live. Feel free, take it, steal it, change it, make it your own. But that was so helpful for me. So I'm really, and that's really it. I'm really excited to see what we're gonna do with this thing, with live selling, with being able to reach out and touch our readers. Because this year, by the end of this year, my live sales overtook my Amazon sales. Like everybody else, my
Wow.
Amazon sales are down, but selling live in person, starting to sell live on TikTok and Instagram and on my shop, that has made up the difference, and then made up more for the loss of income.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I thank you for sharing, and definitely everybody go check out Ines Johnson is having a breakdown, and look for the live selling resources, because
It's
that
free,
sounds amazing.
no email sign up, no nothing. When I learn something, I'm like, oh, everybody look here, because I want you to succeed.
That's my favorite. I love it. Well, thank you. We've got to get a question of the week going. It is, I guess this will go out on the 30th or the 31st. If we want to make it resolution-y or New Year's-y or whatever, but whatever you want to ask, Inez,
let's make it affirmation-y. What would their affirmation be? Like, and I'll give you some, like, one of my so if you haven't done affirmations before, like, one of the ones that I say every day, and I like to ask mine as a question. Why am I a six-figure author? Why do readers love my books and tell everybody about my books and recommend my books? So take something that maybe you're struggling with, or that you believe with your whole heart. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you are not already the best at, but it might be something that you need to remind yourself of every day. So what would your affirmation be?
I like it. What would you like one of your daily affirmations to be for 2026 in the form of a why question?
If you're a problem solver like me and Brian.
Yes. Yeah. I'll put possibly in the form of a why question. Great question. You guys can answer the question over at the Sell More Book Show After Party Facebook group, or at sellmorebookshow.com. Ines, I've been trying to get wonderful guests all year. You may not know this, you may not remember this, when Claire left the show, I think you were like my first,
I was.
first guest co-host. So it's like going back around the horn. I better look to see who was next.
I was also one of the first listeners.
I know it.
Of the show.
I know it. I appreciate your patronage, your listening patronage over all these many years.
Yes,
so
this is my favorite. This is my weekly ritual. I go for a walk, well, not in the winter, but I go for a walk with you on Wednesdays.
Well, thank you. It's fun walking with you. And it'll be even more fun when you get to walk with yourself.
Yes, that'll be weird.
Oh my gosh. It'll be a little weird. But go check out Ines Johnson is having a breakdown Substack. You know she's got great Kickstarters and other things coming, so go check her out over there. Ines, it's been lovely having you these last 2 weeks.
It's been lovely hanging out with you. We need to do this more. I need to come to South Carolina or something.
Yeah. Come down. We'll hang out. We're going to make it happen. We'll make it happen. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. I hope that everything, every affirmation, everything you're hoping to happen, every word of the year you're hoping to achieve comes true going forward. For Ines, I'm Brian. Have a great week of book selling, everybody. And we'll talk to you next week for episode 613. Bye, everyone.